All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Advisory. Happy Tuesday. Before we get into our last How to Be a Longhorn today, I wanted to go over, just as a review, our computer policies now that computers are being sent out to classes and you are starting to use them. Don't forget that these are the expectations when it comes to using computers in class. First, you only use the device that is assigned to you by your teacher. That usually comes with a number, and that is the one that you use. 2, treat devices with respect, understanding that you are not the only one who needs to use it that day or for the rest of the year. Very important that you leave the computers in class. You should not remove for any reason unless I have given your specific class permission to share with another class. But under no circumstances should you leave with a computer. You should keep the computer in the class. If you see something wrong with the device, make sure that you report it very quickly. You don't want to forget to report it and then somebody else reports it and then it maybe comes back on you. And so make sure that the second that you see something wrong with a device, you report it to your teacher. And then, of course, follow all instructions and expectations from the teacher regarding the device use in class. Maybe you'll be using it for a good chunk of the time. Maybe there are days where you won't use it at all. Maybe sometimes you'll be in rotations, but whatever it is, make sure you pay attention to your teacher's expectations. At the end of advisory today, you'll be filling out a form, and at the end of that form will be a little place for you to sign your name just by typing it, and that will acknowledge that you understand these policies and will adhere to them throughout the rest of the year. Today in advisory, we are wrapping up our series over
How to be a Longhorn.
and in doing so, today we are going to be talking about the Reset Center.
Reset. Don't forget, it ain't no sweat. You won't regret if you don't get yourself to the Reset Center when you're feeling bad. Feeling bad. Reset. Don't forget. That's right. Today.
Excuse me. Today we are talking about the Reset Center. Many of you already know what the Reset Center is, but for those of you that don't or are a little confused as to what goes on at the Reset Center, this is for you. And it's just a good reminder for those of us that already know what their center is. The purpose of the Reset Center is to provide a short-term alternative outlet for students outside of the regular classroom setting. The Reset Center is designed to address misbehaviors or conflict and identify the root cause while holding students accountable. The Reset Coordinator, Ms. Johnson, will utilize social and emotional learning and restorative practices to combat repetitive misconduct. The center is where a student can go to work through behavioral concerns and to repair any harm between teachers, staff, and peers before returning to the regular classroom setting. The goals are to minimize the time that students spend outside of the class. The idea is to address root issues impacting students' behavior and to increase students' social, emotional intelligence and self-regulation skills through this process. But don't take this from me, take it from Ms. Johnson herself. We're about to watch an interview that I did 2 years ago with Ms. Johnson, and that is because the Reset Center has not really changed at all since Ms. Johnson took over. We're still trying to do restorative practices. We're still trying to make everybody get along with each other, and we're still learning how to emotionally regulate through the Reset Center. And so I'm going to show you the interview that I did 2 years ago with Ms. Johnson, where she lays out the rest of the details about the Reset Center. And I got to warn you, my hair was much longer back then. So when you see me interview Ms. Johnson on this next clip with a messy ponytail, just mind your business. But without further ado, here is that interview. Thanks, Mr. Hall. I'm here with Ms. Johnson, and she's got a lot to say about the Reset Center. Ms. Johnson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Tell the kids what they need to know about the Reset Center and you.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Miss Johnson. I'm here. I'm the Reset Coordinator. And really what I do is I work with students who are having behavioral challenges on campus. And I integrate social emotional learning, mindfulness, and mood and feeling regulations to help kids solve and regulate their behaviors and redirect it in a positive manner.
Ms. Johnson, tell us about a day in the Reset Center. If we're sent to the Reset Center, what can we expect?
Yes. So when the student is placed in a Reset Center for the day, we do a temperature check. So the temperature check is a quick activity where you answer some questions, and depending on your response, it will give you some activities that will have you engage in mood and feeling regulation exercises. We want to make sure that you are calm and set as we engage in the Reset Center structure of the day. And then after that, we will talk about our Reset Center expectations. You will also have some time to connect with your teacher so that way you can complete assignments so you're not behind on your classwork. And then we will really dive into why you are here. We will talk about the challenges or problems or behaviors that have led you here into the Reset Center. And we're really going to dive into talking about strategies, self-awareness, responsible decision-making skills and strategies to get you to have positive experiences here on our campus. And so it's a safe space, it's a safe haven for you to come in and to be authentic, to be genuine, and to really know that you have support here.
That sounds great. That doesn't sound bad at all. Well, thank you so much. Is the Reset Center a punishment?
The Reset Center is not a punishment. It's a safe space for you to come, for you to be authentic, for you to talk about your problems, for you to talk about your challenges, for you to get connection with someone who cares about you, and for you to develop healthy, positive experiences or skills that you can use back into your classroom setting so that way you can make those connections.
Well, thanks, Miss Johnson. Thank you so much for telling us more about the Reset Center. Miss Johnson, folks, give her a hand. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Hall. Thank you, Mr. Hall. Very glad I don't have that hair anymore. In addition to Miss Johnson and the work that she does in the Reset Center, we also have a mental health clinician by the name of Miss Pott. If you haven't met Miss Pott yet, she's right here. She is one of the loveliest persons on the planet, and she is a certified mental health clinician. She can help you with things like anxiety, depression, grief, panic attacks, even trouble getting work done or troubles eating or sleeping, really anything that has to do with your mental health. She's very good at what she does. She's very sweet and easy to talk to. And if you need to talk to her, or if you have any sort of concerns like that you need a safe place to talk to about, you can text your name and when you would like to meet with her to 972-984-8886, and she will text you back as soon as she can. She also wanted me to make sure that you knew that the National Suicide and Crisis Hotline for those that are experiencing extreme thoughts or suicidal ideation is 988. So that is very important to keep in mind if you or someone that you know and someone that you love is going through a crisis or having some extreme thoughts. 988 is the number to call or text. You can also text it. I really, really love working with these two people, and I think that without them, this school would be a much darker place. And so if you don't know them, get to know them. They're very good at what they do, and they're very kind, and they have such a big heart for you, the students. All right, so these are the discussion questions on the next slide that I would like for your class to talk about, or maybe talk about in pairs and discuss a little bit. Then after that, I would like for everyone to fill out this form. And you can use a computer if you have it, or you can use your phone if you have that. You go to bit.ly/WTWFall24, and it's a form that goes through several things. I want you to answer all of the questions there and tell us how the year is going so far. At the end of that will also be a moment where you can sign to acknowledge that you have read and understand the new computer policies. But that is all from me for today. Be good to yourself and others, and I will see you tomorrow.